Everyone, if you wouldn't mind rising and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You got an intern? I want an intern. How'd you get an intern? I want an intern. Oh, I want interns. I'm waiting for Jennifer because what's this one? Oh, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know either when I saw him. I was like, hey, who are you guys? It's subs? Where is Jen? I can't pay. I think she went to the bathroom. That I'm opening the executive session on House Bill 59 relative to the assault on a firefighter, emergency medical care provider. And I recognize Representative Prue to introduce an amendment.
Good morning. I introduce amendment, stand by. Thank you. 2025-0590H. I believe. Do you have that? You have a copy of that, right?
No, we don't have a copy.
Oh, I just had a stack.
Stand by while we locate the stack of amendments that
Yeah,
seems.
they're on the table.
So I have three 159s on my desk.
You have 59 there?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I handed you my 59.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, the motion has been made
Second.
and seconded. Representative Prue, would you like to speak to your motion?
You don't have one.
Especially on the changes on the amendment.
So I'll reluctantly go with the amendment. The amendment moves the word reckless out of the original bill.
Would you like to speak to your second?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just say that we heard during testimony, we heard from several people that do this as their career, and I don't think that anybody is doing anything that's crossing the line. I don't believe that anybody is intentionally putting anybody's mental health at stake here, and I believe that it's time that we listen to the constituents.
Thank you. I would add, as far as the amendment goes, we heard from the mental health community, and I recognize their concerns, and so did the sponsor. And after talking with them and members of our own,
Yeah, you can.
you might want to move to the front then, because I'm not going to yell.
Move your mic closer to your mouth.
In any event, we spoke to the mental health community, and as a result, we amended this to take the word recklessly out of it so that someone couldn't necessarily be charged for an action that they might not be responsible for due to a mental health situation. With that, further discussion. Seeing none, I ask the clerk to call the roll. The motion on the floor is to adopt the amendment.
Anyone? Am I-
Vice Chair Rhodes,
Yes.
Representative Prue,
Sit down.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
Representative Boyd,
Yes.
Representative DeVoid,
Yes.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
Yes.
Representative Saborn Deschwanier,
Yes.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harry Gathright,
No.
Representative Muse,
No.
Representative Newman,
No.
Representative Murphy.
No.
The clerk votes no. Representative Newell,
No.
Representative Southworth,
No.
Chairman Roy,
Gerald, yes.
9-7.
970 amendment is adopted. I recognize Representative Prue for a motion.
I move ought to pass as amended.
Second?
Vice Chair Rhodes,
Yes.
Representative Prue,
Yes.
Representative Boyd,
Yes.
Representative DeVoid,
Yes.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
Yes.
Representative Saborn Deschwanier,
Yes.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harry Gathright,
No.
Representative Muse,
No.
Representative Newman,
No.
Representative Murphy. The clerk votes no. Representative Newell,
No.
Representative Southworth,
No.
Chairman Roy,
Gerald, yes.
9-7.
9-7, the motion is adopted. I need the reports today, please, before you leave. With that, I close the executive session. Really? I open the executive session on House Bill 159 relating to mental health firearms, and I recognize myself to make a motion. I move amendment number 2025048-7H. This amendment to the bill, oh yeah, I need a second.
Sure. Second.
Seconded on the amendment, thank you. This amendment to the bill was done after speaking with the National Rifle Association and several other pro-Second Amendment groups who agreed with the concept that after all, the NRA did invent NICS, that we report mental health prohibitors to NICS. However, what they were concerned with is the confiscation piece. So the entire confiscation piece has been left out and taken out. Now the judge will just advise someone who has been so restricted that they have to dispose of their firearms if they have any. So otherwise, the bill is the same. And I'm open for further discussion on the bill, on the amendment. Yes.
Is this the same amendment that you introduced when you introduced the bill? Is this the same amendment that you introduced when you introduced the bill?
I don't believe so. I believe this is a further amendment. This is one that I got after that date, I
have it
believe.
as 032H.
This is 0487H. You passed it out, right? Okay, yeah.
And I don't believe we received copies of the new amendment.
I gave them to
The clerk says she's handed them out.
mine are on my.
You have it? Again, it just, it takes out the confiscation piece.
Didn't land on my.
Otherwise, the bill is identical except for the confiscation piece. Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll. The motion is to adopt the amendment.
Vice Chair Rhodes,
No.
Representative Prue,
Cautiously, yes.
Representative Boyd,
No.
Representative Devoid,
No.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
No.
Representative Saborn Deschwinier,
No.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harry Gathright,
Yes.
Representative Muse,
Yes.
Representative Newman,
Yes.
Representative Murphy.
Yes.
The clerk votes yes. Representative Newell,
Yes.
Representative Southworth,
Yes.
Chairman Roy,
Chair votes yes.
11-5.
11-5, the motion is made, the amendment is adopted. I recognize myself for a motion to ought to pass with amendment. And I need a second.
Second.
Who seconded that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Representative Hare Gathright. I don't believe we need any further discussion unless someone has something else they'd like to add. Representative?
Chairman Roy, I've received more emails asking for this bill to be opposed than any other bill on our docket today. I don't know if the public is completely on our side on this one, sir.
Thank you. I would suggest that those emails are the result of a very strong campaign by several local gun groups to get people to oppose it. However, if you read the emails, and I have done so, they claim a false thing. They claim that this is a red flag bill, and then they claim that it denies due process. The bill is neither. A red flag bill is when someone makes an allegation against somebody that they may be dangerous. And based on that allegation, the police go and take their firearms. This bill, someone has to actually be brought to the court first, proved that they are a danger to themselves or others in a court of law when they have an attorney. And only after then can they be banned from owning firearms. So the difference between a red flag bill and this are night and day. This bill is the same as is the law in 48 other states, whereas I think only 14 states or 20 states may have a red flag law. So there's a big difference between the two. So that's my answer to the emails. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'd ask clerk to call the roll. The motion is ought to pass with amendment.
Vice Chair Rhodes,
No.
Representative Prue,
No.
Representative Boyd,
No.
Representative Devoid,
No.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
No.
Representative Saborn Deschwinier,
No.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harry Gathright,
Yes.
Representative Muse,
Yes.
Representative Newman,
Yes.
Representative Murphy.
Yes.
The clerk votes yes. Representative Newell,
Yes.
Representative Southworth,
Yes.
Chairman Roy,
Chair votes yes.
10-6.
10-6, motion carries. Anyone who would like to do a report against?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you could by the end of the day.
End of the day, yes, sir.
Thank you.
12-4, right?
What?
12-4.
12-4 or 10-6? Okay. That I close the executive session. And I lost my sheet. I open the executive session on House Bill 592, and I recognize myself for a motion. And the motion is to adopt amendment number 448H,
Second.
made and seconded. This bill and the amendment fine-tune the bail position based on what we receive for input from the governor's office, the chief executive who's in charge of enforcing the laws in our state, has asked us to tighten these. We have heard from the people of Manchester that they request that our bail bills be tightened, that too many people were getting out. Whether or not that is the case is the public perception that it is. I've seen arguments both ways. Questions were raised about the recent knife attack in Manchester. If you look into it, it's really difficult to tell who should have been arrested, who should have been charged, and who should have been let go in that case with two people fighting. The police at the time did not argue against his release. The judge who looked at the case the next Monday did not feel that he should be held. And then on appeal to a superior court judge, he didn't feel that the person should be held. So that was a bad case to argue for this. But there are other cases that are not quite so debatable where people have been let go. So this is what we're going to go forward with today. This is the amendment that's going to be considered, and I would ask you to support it. Would you like to speak to your second?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Great job.
Further discussion? Representative Muse.
I would like to point out that the one incident that's been used as really the primary driver for this bill has not even gone to trial yet. We are basically making a decision on changing New Hampshire law based on incremental reporting of varying quality by different news organizations, which is not the way we should be doing things in the New Hampshire House. Speaking to the amendment itself, it makes some substantial changes to bail policy that only took effect on the 1st of January. The bottom line is it's extremely rare, even in circumstances like the ones that we're in now, where in February, we're making changes to a law that just took effect on the 1st of January. So unfortunately, unlike last year, we just haven't been able to slow down this process and really take a careful, well-considered look. And as a result, we have some things that are baked into this amendment that I think are substantial changes that a lot of folks are not going to agree with. So for instance, in this amendment, and under this amendment, people will be able to be held for 36 hours instead of 24 hours without a hearing. They'll be able to be held over the weekend, and it won't count against those 32 hours. So instead of including time spent over the weekend, this amendment actually excludes that time. The other thing that this amendment does is it changes the standard of evidence from clear and convincing evidence to probable cause. So probable cause is the same standard of evidence that police officers use to arrest people. So actually having in statute the ability to hold people based on no information than it took to arrest them, why do we even have judges for? Why do we have people who are involved in this process? The bottom line is there are always changes and tweaks that we can make to our laws, but those changes and tweaks should be well considered, and they shouldn't be the product of a pitchforks and torches process, which this has been. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none. Oh, Representative Murray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I just want to uplift everything my colleague just said. I think he hit it right on the nose. It is disappointing to have spent so much time really carefully making adjustments to our bail process that haven't been given the time of day to fully work or not work yet. And I would have been happy to make further adjustments carefully and with time. And it's unfortunate that this is being rushed through for other reasons. And I just wanted to state, as a resident and representative of Manchester, I have had constituents ask me to vote against this. Not everyone in Manchester feels like this is a problem. And in fact, a lot of people do think that changing the bail law like this is going to risk violating people's constitutional rights. And there are concerns about that. So I will be voting against this amendment. I think we did a lot of really good and intentional work over the past 2 years as a committee. And like I said, I would be happy to continue it further. I just don't believe rushing through this bill right now when we haven't even given time for the changes we made to already play out doesn't make sense.
Thank you. For the record, I just want to note the 36-hour piece. This applies only to people that commit those crimes that are on the list that we sent in last year that could not be heard by bail commissioners. Otherwise, the vast majority of cases will be heard by bail commissioners and people will be released promptly or decisions made to hold them promptly. This 36-hour piece only applies to those charged with the most serious crimes. Further discussions? Seeing none, I ask the clerk to call the roll. The motion on the floor is to adopt the amendment.
Vice Chair Rhodes,
Yes.
Representative Prue,
Yes.
Representative Boyd,
Yes.
Representative DeVoyd,
Yes.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
Yes.
Representative Saborn Duchenier,
Yes.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harriet Gathright,
No.
Representative Muse, Representative Newman,
No.
Representative Murphy.
No.
The clerk votes no. Representative Newell,
No.
Representative Southworth,
No.
Chairman Roy,
Chair votes yes.
9-7.
9-7, the motion to adopt the amendment is passed, and the amendment is adopted. I recognize myself for a motion ought to pass with amendment,
Second.
Second.
seconded by Representative Rhodes. Anyone wish for further discussion? I think we've covered our differences on this already. Seeing none, I'd ask the clerk to call the roll. The motion is ought to pass with amendment.
Vice Chair Rhodes,
Yes.
Representative Prue,
Yes.
Representative Boyd,
Yes.
Representative DeVoyd,
Yes.
Representative Morency,
Yes.
Representative Labrie,
Yes.
Representative Saborn Duchenier,
Yes.
Representative Valerino,
Yes.
Representative Harriet Gathright, Representative Muse,
No.
Representative Newman,
No.
Representative Murphy.
No.
The clerk votes no. Representative Newell,
No.
Representative Southworth,
No.
Chairman Roy,
Chair votes yes.
9-7.
9-7, the motion carries. The bill is adopted. Who's going to write the minority report?
I will write the minority report, and it will also be a minority amendment.
Okay. Wait a minute. You mean on the floor you're going to do? You're going to do a floor amendment? Is that what you? Okay.
I don't know what that is.
With that, the executive session is closed. What is it? What did you want to do? A what amendment?
What?
When was that?